Morning, beautiful people. Good morning, profitable traders. Welcome to today's market color session, being the 12th of February 2025. So good to have everyone around. Right, so for today's London session market color, I will be analyzing the XY GBP USD and Euro USD. Please kindly do justice by sharing the link to this market color session with everyone on your various social media platforms so that this can get to as many people as possible, right? And they get to partake of what we have ongoing here. We're giving us 30 seconds to do that. And right after that, we'll be heading straight to the chat for today's business. Welcome to today's market. All right. We're starting with DXY, just as I mentioned earlier. And right after that, I'll be going on to GBP USD and Euro USD for today's analysis. On DXY for the monthly time frame, we can see that price has been maintaining its bullishness for a while now. But down to the weekly time frame as seen right now, is actually a box pattern strategy right here. There's a shoulder, sweep break, return into the shoulder, and we're seeing some reaction of that point. And of course, price also tapped into this very other block on the weekly time frame, and we're seeing some kind of reaction of that point on the weekly time frame. And down to the daily time frame, fibbing this most recent swing from point A to point B, right? We can see that price actually traded into this very fib level, and we saw some push to this very level, right? And we're seeing some reaction. So price might want to retrace into 61.8% fib level further before gaining strength and riding all the way to the downside. And of course, if we were interested in catching this retracement on the daily time frame, we can actually see the classic box pattern shoulder sweep break return into this very level, this very shoulder. Price tapped into this level and we're seeing some push to the downside. And on the 4-hour time frame, I see right here pretty much the same thing. We can see that price is retracing into one of these very strong points, fib level, 61.8% fib level, right? We want to see price retracing into that level before, taking the buys on DXY. So for today on DXY, I am selling to buy, selling into a discount level and buying off it once price taps into that level. On the 1-hour time frame too is pretty much the same thing. We can see that price is retracing. We are seeing price retracing, and of course, I'm interested in seeing price retracing into a discount level because I'm always interested to buy at discount and sell at premium. And I want to see price again selling into some discount level before buying off it. And to call out the very price point at which I want to see price retracing into and where I'm interested in taking the buys from, I want to see price retracing into 107.147, right? Once price gets into this very level, and I now go down to my 1-hour time frame and I look out for my base support formation with continuation, I will be very much interested in taking the buys on DXY. GBP USD, the monthly time frame as seen right here, we can see the price is still bearish, and on the weekly time frame too, right, we're seeing more bearishness. And to even make it juicier, there's the box pattern strategy for a sell right here. Shoulder sweep break. We want to see price retracing into 1.32279 on daily time frame and narrowing it down to the on the weekly time frame rather. Narrowing it down to the daily time frame, pretty much the same thing. Shoulder sweep break. We want to see price retracing into the shoulder at 1.32279. Right, and of course, I won't just fold my hands and wait for price to get there before pulling the trigger to take the sales on GBP USD. I will also be interested in catching the retracement to this very level. And when I see price taking out this very high at 1.25751, and I see some retracement, I will be taking the buys to this very level. But for today, what are my expectations for today? Right, fibbing this entire swing from point A to point B, I want to see price retracing into some premium level. And of course, price did retrace into 61.8% fib level. We saw some push to the downside, right? And we're seeing price retracing. So where do I think price is retracing into? There's another block residing right here. There's another block residing right here on the 4-hour time frame. We may see price retracing all the way into this very other block, coinciding with 78.6% fib level, which is a good point for me to start warming up to take my sales from. Right. And if you remember last week, we were actually looking out for price to tap into this very shoulder, this left shoulder. Shoulder sweep, break, return. Price tapped into this very shoulder and we saw price selling. Right. So I actually waited for this setup to print out and I took the sell based on our popular box strategy that we use for the market color session. So once I saw price tapping into this level, there was a news that was released last week. I think it was NFP or so. Price tapped into this very level after the release of the news. And once I saw price tapping into the level, I took the sell on GBP USD and I caught few pips. Then I got out of the trade, right? So for today, what I'm expecting is a buy to sell, a buy into this very level, into this very other block right here. A buy into this very other block right here. And if I'll be calling out the price point, I want to see price buying all the way to 1.27048 on the 4-hour time frame for GBP USD. Once I see price retracing into 1.27048, I will be looking out for my base. I will be looking out for my base resistance and continuation with my 5-minute bearish variation, and I will be taking the sales on GBP USD. So to catch the buy all the way to this very level that we have just stated, you may be looking out for entry points, right? For the buy right now, there's actually a box pattern. There's a shoulder right here, sweep, break, right? So price actually returned into this zone. Price returned into this zone. If you were looking out for it, you would have seen when price actually tapped into this left shoulder and we're seeing some push to the upside all the way into this very other block residing again at 1.27048. So for today on GBP USD, I'm actually buying to sell, buying into this very other block. And once price gets there, I will be looking out for sell opportunities on GBP USD. Please take note again, I'm looking out for buys, like for this session, I'm looking out for buys into this level. I just want to reiterate again, into 1.27048 levels. I'm looking out for a buy to sell, a buy to sell. The buy is just me catching some retracement into that very other block before selling off it. Right, last on my list being Euro USD. Next on my list being Euro USD. Monthly time frame on Euro USD still very bearish. And the weekly time frame as seen right here is also bearish, right? bearish. We have not seen any break of structure that make us change our minds and our bias, rather, our bias from a sell to a buy. We need to see some break of structure, change of character, and a retest before we take the buys on Euro USD. But for now, we're just seeing more push to the upside, rather downside, I beg your pardon. And on daily time frame, as seen right here, on the daily time frame, there's also the classic box pattern, shoulder, sweep, break. We want to see price returning into the shoulder at 1.11483. We want to see price retracing into this very shoulder. And of course, I won't just be folding my hands to wait for price to get there. I will be also catching the buys when I see price break this high. When I see price break the high at 1.04988. Once I see a break of this high with a retest, I will be riding the buy all the way. Until that happens, I'm still holding on to my sell bias on Euro USD. And on the 4-hour time frame too, on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that price is still maintaining its bearishness and fibbing this entire swing from point A to point B. Right. Beg your pardon. Fibbing this entire swing from point A to point B. I want to see price retracing into this very level. There's an order block residing right here, coinciding with 78.6% fib level. So I am interested in seeing Euro USD trade into this very order block at 1.04823 on the 4-hour time frame. Once I see price trading into this level, and I narrow down to my 1-hour time frame to look out for my base resistance being formed with continuation on my 5 minutes bearish duration, I will be taking the sales on Euro USD. For Euro USD, I am also interested in a buy to sell. I'm interested in a buy to sell. Right, so once I see price retracing into this very order block again at 1.04823, I will be pulling the trigger for a sell on Euro USD. And CPI comes out by 2:30 today for USD. CPI comes out by 2:30 today, and you're expecting it to come out flat. So we may not see so much of a reaction when the news gets released. So I will actually crave your indulgence to apply proper risk management while trading today. Catch whatever you can pre-CPI so that the news doesn't take you out and you lose money in that instance. So apply proper risk management, trade with caution. If you have questions or a different bias from what has been analyzed, you can actually type in the chat box or mute yourself to speak, and we will be looking at what you're seeing together. While you're still typing in the chat box, the ATM cash flow training starts next week from 19th to 21st of February 2025. And tell someone to tell someone, and for every person you refer, you get a commission, an affiliate commission for every referral you make. And if you also want to make money, weekly cash flow, I really recommend that you enroll for the ATM cash flow training. It's going to be an amazing and a swell time with you all together and with everyone you get to refer. Please, if you've seen something very different from what has been analyzed today, kindly type in the chat box. Feel free to type in the chat box, and we'll be looking at what you're seeing together. Yes, and the FX Bootcamp training comes up from the 24th of February 2025. Right, from the 24th of February 2025, we'll be having the FX Bootcamp training. If you want to know how everyone at the trading floor trades, you can actually enroll for the FX Bootcamp training. You want to know how CJ trades, how Abigail trades, how Demola trades, how Lecon trades, and how I trade, you can actually register for the FX bootcamp training, and we will be guiding you on how these things work and how our strategy plays out. If you have questions, please type in chat box. We'll be looking at it together and we will be seeing what you're seeing. If you have a different bias too from what we have analyzed together, from what we have seen together, you can actually type in the chat box and we will be looking at it together. Okay, someone said I should check 1 hour time frame on GU and EU. Okay, I'm on the 1 hour time frame. Kindly tell us what you're seeing on 1 hour time frame. Pretty much the same thing on 1 hour time frame. I just want to see price retracing into one spot 04823. I want to see price retracing of it. Right. And of course, for Euro USD, I think I was also in this buy for Euro USD. The classic box pattern, shoulder sweep, break. Of course, there was a break here, and then it returned into this very zone. Once I saw price returning into this very zone, I took the sell on Euro USD and I caught few pips. For now, I just feel like this buy, not a feeling, this buy is just a retracement into one spot 04823. Actually, we won't be analyzing gold today. We will not be analyzing gold today and the end baskets. Apologies for that, but that won't be happening today. Thank you very much. You're expecting a sell on GU, Mr. Shei. All right, let's look at it together. Okay. There's actually something like a shoulder sweep, break. Price is currently at this zone, this left shoulder. I see what you're seeing. Price is currently at this left shoulder, currently at the zone, because so if you're interested in taking short-term sales too, I think the sale is ripe before women not to take the buys. But I'm still okay. Nice. But I can see what you're saying. Very classic box pattern for a sell on 1 hour time frame for GBP USD. Shoulder right here, sweep. There was a sweep and there was a break. Price is currently sitting at this left shoulder. Price is currently sitting on the left shoulder at 1.2443. Okay. All right. I see what you're saying. And I really agree with the sell. And of course, still have it at the back of your mind that we may see some retracement into that other block too. But price is currently here, and we may see it selling off all the way, taking out this very low. This will be my first take profit. If I'm taking the sell on GBP USD, this will be my first take profit, right? Because I'm anticipating that price may clear out this low right here, residing at 1.23408. So that's a good one, Mr. Shea. Thank you very much for calling my attention to it. If you have more questions, keep them rolling in. Keep them rolling in. So this is a good place for you to pull the trigger for a sell. It's a good place to pull the trigger for a sell on GBP USD. Right. But also take note that there's a box pattern for a buy right here. There's a shoulder, sweep, break. So we may just see price selling off into this very shoulder. And once price gets to this very level, we may see it gaining strength and buying all the way into the other block that we stated out. Yes, there's also a shoulder pattern for a buy here. If I remember correctly, and I think I do, the shoulder right here, sweep, break. We may see price reacting of this level. Once price gets to 1 spot 23698. Once we see price getting into, 1 spot 23658, we may see some reaction because there's a left shoulder residing right here for a buy. So I'm actually trying to say that this sell is just short term into this very left shoulder, on the 1 hour time frame. So we may see price reacting and going bullish once price retraces into this very level at 1 spot 23691. So our buy bias is still in play. Of course, once we see price retracing into this level, we want to buy all the way into that other block residing on 4 hour time frame. So yes, the sell is just a scalp to this left shoulder again. I'm just trying to reiterate so that I don't think it's long term, right? But we may see price clearing this very low here. But I'm taking back my words. Your first take profit should be when price trades into 1 spot 23683, because we may see price buying off this very level again. All right, so if you have more questions, if you're seeing more things, call our attention to it. Thank you, Mr. Shea, once more for calling our attention to that. If you have more questions, more buyers, different buyers, you can actually type in chat box. All right, so I'm guessing that will be all for the London market color session. No, I'm not analyzing that today. Apologies. If you have more questions, within the confines of the XY, GBP, USD, and Euro USD, of course. Sorry about that, Mr. Olajide. Two spot 2493. Absolutely. All right, thank you all for your different opinions and for calling my attention to this. I do not take it for granted. That will be the end of the London market color session. See you all by New York market color session by 2 p.m. Nigerian time, 2 p.m. It's just a recap of what we analyzed during the London market color session. I wish you a good day and a good trading. Please remember to apply proper risk management and don't dash your money to the markets. Don't do any giveaway to the market today. Thank you so much, everyone. Cheers and God bless.